Hi guys, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful day here in Ubud, Bali, and an interesting topic of conversation, and one which is going to be heated with a lot of people who have invested in this and a lot of people who will actually understand what I'm saying because they've been through it and they've experienced it, and now having gone through that experience they can really digest what they went through and why, and if what I'm saying makes sense, they will have the courage, or maybe not, because they're shameful of what happened, and that's something we must never be. It's part of the journey and experience, whatever we go through in life. We should never be shameful of anything. We do what we do, as long as we don't hurt people along the way. It's very interesting because I'm in Bali now, and I've been here now 2 months. And funnily enough, I've come across this very topic with people that I've seen who are doing retreats here. And the topic today is Tantric. I've actually talked to you about this before, guys, but there's 800 and odd videos now. It might be difficult for you to find, but it's a great subject, and the reason why I'm talking about this today is because yet again I've had a message from one of my old clients who is in a very bad place at the moment, and the reason why is because she became awake and aware of exactly what happened and that she needs help now. And I'm going to talk to you, and maybe I might be able to help people not actually go down that path and feel the pain and suffering that we go through. I'm going to try and tackle this subject in a way that will start at the beginning and go all the way along and explain what it is. So I've been in this field of work now, most of you already know, I say it all the time, a decade and a half. And I've been working every single day up until a couple of years ago when I said I can't do this no more. It was just too much for me. What I noticed when I first started this field of work was there was different forms of what was called spirituality, different people doing different things, almost like splinter groups from religions, you know. Okay, we'll change this religion, we'll do this, we'll try this, and yeah, it was called Tantric, and there was many forms of Tantric. There was anyway, there was many forms of it, okay, up to some really crazy stuff, which is you know, where you really hurt one another and do crazy things, and you know, enter in this sexuality of what was suggested, that the blocks that we all hold inside us down there needs to be released, all of these things. And I've said to you many times that people take the spirituality and use it for their own benefit. And we're seeing that more and more today, right? We're seeing it in health food, we're seeing it in everything. You know, we're calling, you know, foods superfoods. I mean, every food, every fruit and veg is a superfood, but we use a certain, and the reason why we do that is because we're trying to sell something. We're trying to, you know, share this and make money from it. And the other side of that coin is as well with spirituality. We're trying to bring people into our world. We're trying to build a club. We're trying to feed our ego. We're trying to make money. We're trying to, you know, lots of reasons why people try and pull you into certain things. So I kind of guessed what I was watching and seeing, and I was really interested in, because I was wondering where this was coming from. You know, we talk about the Kama Sutra being an old ancient way where people have sex, and you know, and so forth. But this was a new thing that I was seeing, that, you know, people were getting into, and it was disturbing. It was really disturbing. And I'll tell you this now, I'm not somebody who's anti-sexual in any way. I just know what feels right and what doesn't feel right, and not that it means that I'm right, but what I was witnessing from my clients is that they were coming to me very disturbed, coming to me with well, a lot more blocks and a lot more issues, a lot more trauma than when they started. And a lot of them felt as if they were taken advantage of, which they were in truth, even though they went down that path willingly. So I was seeing these things, but there's a lot more that disturbed me. Okay, I'm going to share some with you now. I was at a certain place here in Bali, and I was sat down, and a woman walked past. And when she walked past, I just, as you do, I could feel somebody walking past, and I looked up and I saw this woman. And you know when two people interact with just eyes and a smile, that normally you can see a lot and feel a lot from somebody if you're aware of that. Well, the instant she looked at me, the only way I can describe it is, and it's a really stupid way of describing it, but imagine the apple in Adam and Eve and the snake saying, "Eat the apple." It felt like that, but it also had the energy of, I know something that you don't know. I am powerful. I am seductive. I am the goddess, all in one look. But what really frightened me about this lady was the sheer ego and what was surrounding her, which was quite frightening. It was very dark. It was an energy which was around her which was very dark, and the word I would use to say what is that darkness is manipulation and power, hunger, power and manipulation. And anyway, this woman walked past and I thought nothing of it, and a couple of hours later the same woman walked past again, and the same energy hit me, and she turned deliberately to look at me with that look as if to say, you know, all of those things. And like I went like this then, and I thought, wow, this is heavy stuff. Anyway, a couple of days later, I ended up finding out who this lady was and what she was doing. She was involved in a tantric retreat, and everything made sense, because what I've noticed with these people who go into tantric, it's not out of spirituality, guys. It's nothing to do with spirituality. It's kind of like the scale of spirituality is here of love, understanding one's inner self, loving one's inner self, to going off to the exact opposite of that scale and losing yourself, selling your soul, and actually just surrendering yourself to anything. It's almost like you lose your power and your goodness and your love over what? Over a stimulation of a few moments or minutes or a couple of hours, and then what? You know, it's like, seriously. So yeah, I can only tell you the after effects of a lot of my clients who have been to these manipulators, not just women but men. And the one which really, you know, really affected me a lot and really upset me a lot, and I have to be very careful with myself, because I get very, very disturbed and angry when I see these guys who are dressed like gurus, trying to look like gurus, and they have this experience that they say that they can release blocks by touching a vagina in certain places and stimulating them. Listen guys, let me tell you something. If you're thinking that being stimulated by a guy who you don't know, who claims to be an expert on vaginas and touching you in the right places because of these certain spiritual divine points, let me tell you something, okay? It's bullshit. It's sheer, utter 100%, 110% bullshit at its highest form. What it is a form of manipulation, of control, and these people who claim to be that of a spiritual nature are in fact the most darkest and dangerous people in the world, who will take control and get pleasure from doing all what they're doing. There is no spiritual awakening within that. There is no unblocking of past trauma from that at all. My dear friends, if you really want to heal yourself, then be on a pursuit of finding that inner healing within yourself. Be on a pursuit of being with somebody that you love, wholeheartedly, that you can enjoy interaction of love and love making with one man that you feel the love from, who gives you that love, and you share that love between each other. That is a healing process. That is love. That is true love. Being involved with somebody that you don't know, somebody that claims to be a master healer of Tantric, who you allow to let his hands touch you and the thousands of other people he's touched. Seriously, guys, you really need to ask yourself, if you're getting stimulated by that thought, then there's something very, very wrong with you. There's something very wrong inside of you that is feeling that stimulation. And to me, all I've ever seen is the darkness involved in this, never the light. Like I said, this woman who walked past me, I've never felt as, oh my God, that was horrific. That energy that is attached and within is horrific. That is the most unbalanced person there is. And they are trying to drag you into their world through the energy of power, because they are self-powered by what they're doing, because they're in control of you and they're manipulating you, and they're receiving the energy that you produce, and they are craving that energy, and it becomes an addiction for them. And I can tell you this, guys, you will not be addicted to that. You will look back and think, what the hell did I do? And I'm sorry, but that is my personal state. That's my stance on this through my clients, of what I've seen, what they've been through. Now, if you want to go through that, that's your choice, because you go through many things anyway from day to day. You go with people that where you say, my God, he ruined my life, he upset me, he did bad things to me. But what I'm trying to do is help you to understand that before you step off on a journey of this, it's a slippery slope. And I've seen a lot of people be hooked onto this. And how I mean by hooked onto it is that, you know what, if you go to these people, men or women, a lot of the times you are in desperate need for more love or more of this craving of this energy, and you become hooked into it. And a lot of the times, I can tell you this as a fact, that these guys who are involved in this really get a kick out of it. They're buzzed up on it, and you think that they're loving and all of this. They're getting a kick out of this, and they're getting not only a boost in energy of the wrong sort, but they are manipulating you, and they're taking your energy, your power, your inner strength from you to keep you suppressed. So you're never growing, you're never advancing in a spiritual manner. You're just losing your power. And that's my feeling. And some of the worst of these people that I've met, who only for a few moments, because I'm up and off, because I know exactly where they're coming from, and I can feel the disgusting energy which surrounds them, this ego that they've become blinded by their own darkness and by the darkness that surrounds them. You know what, guys? I have seen these men and women who take advantage of people, and they really, really cause tremendous suffering and pain. I think anything that has the word tantric in, I would say be really careful, guys. I really mean it from the bottom of my heart. Be careful. Be really careful. You know, I think if you're going on that journey and you're seeing it around, just stop for a moment and think why you're doing it. You really don't need to. Life is beautiful. And it's a bit like going to see, I spoke to my son about this a while. Why would any guy want to go and see a strip joint and see women doing these things? Why, you know? I remember being at, I'm not going to say who or where, but I was at a point where a friend of mine was getting married, and I was out that night with them, and they were all a little bit drunk, and 2 or 3 of the guys said, you know, and he was getting married the following day, come on, let's go into this strip joint and let's pay to have a woman, you know, do all of these things around us. And I said to the lad who was getting married, if you listen to these guys and go in there, I won't be at your wedding. I said, and you will regret doing this, because this isn't right. And I said to my son, I don't get it. Why do you need to pay for stuff like that? Find somebody to love and find somebody to enjoy those things with, and do amazing things together, and you know, push the boundaries of love, and dance and with one another, and do them things. But complete strangers, for God's sake, why would you let somebody put their fingers inside you? Why would you let people do these things? They don't even know you. They don't love you. They don't care for you. You're paying for it. Why would you do that? So my question today would be, if you're thinking about doing this tantric massage, why? There's something wrong. There's something missing. There's something lost. And you will not get it from these people. It is a quick fix, perhaps, at best. But I'll tell you, the repercussions to it is far more dramatic from your heart, your body, your soul, and for down there. And you will become even more blocked and even more lost in the world of what really it is you want in your life. You know what? Work on yourself. Love yourself. Feel your own body. Work on your body. Work on yourself. Love yourself. Honor your body. Honor yourself. Treasure yourself. And remember this, you are far more worth than any man or woman touching your body to try and stimulate you and try and clear your blocks or your spiritual issues. Come on, guys, don't buy into it. Please don't. You know, you have a sacred body. Your body is sacred. If you are to let somebody touch you, make sure that they are the perfect sacred person that you love and adore with all your heart, because then and only then will you not have the pain and suffering a few hours, months, weeks later, you know, of looking back saying, why did I allow that abuse into my life? You're worth more than it, trust me. And you will feel happier in the end if you wait till the right moment, till the right person comes into your life, and then you work together of healing each other and giving each other that love. That's my message today about Tantric. Tantric, up your bum. Get on your way, and don't please use Tantric with the word spiritual. It is the furthest from spiritual, trust me, it really is. That's my take on it today. That is 16 years experience of the people who have fallen and hurt really bad through it, and the people who say that they got a lot out of it. When I actually sat with one lady and she burst into tears after getting rid of the ego, and I said to her, be honest with me now, did that really help? And she said, no, I'm just hiding and covering because I'm so ashamed of what I did. And I said, there's nothing to be ashamed of. It is what it is, but at least now you're honest with yourself. Let it go. You've learned, grow stronger and move on. And from now on, respect your body and wait till the right moment that spirit brings the most beautiful soul into your life, so you can grow and love and experience not just sexuality, but the love and the power of two people coming together in ultimate love and that high vibration of experience. You know what, guys? You know what I get a kick out of most of now? And it's not out of sex. It's about looking into the person's eyes who I love and feeling that power. Now that is what you can turn around to and get rid of the word tantric and use that word. The power of love, looking into somebody's eyes. You get more stimulant out of that. There is more deeper power out of looking into somebody's eyes for 1 hour or 2 hours, just looking at each other, holding each other and feeling each other and going deep. And you can get so much amazing energy from that and healing from that, and that you know, maybe one day I should do a video on that, but it's true, guys. That is the kick I get out of life now. That is the higher level, looking into each other's eyes, not fingers, not with massage, rubbing in certain places. Tell you, the true essence of love, when you capture eyes on somebody and your heart goes, and you feel that power, that's what I'm talking about. That is the greatest form of sexuality, of love, of inspiration, of power, of healing the past. That is what it's all about. Anyway, guys, have a lovely day from my heart to yours. Am I just an old-fashioned guy, or am I speaking the truth? I don't know, but that's my truth, and that's my experience with my clients over the years. I have never, and I hand on my heart, I can say this wholeheartedly, I have never had one person who's ever said to me after Tantric that, oh my God, Mark, it changed my life forever. The only thing I ever heard of somebody saying that is to make them, and I've said to them, are you trying to convince me or, convince yourself? Because the truth is, that's what it always is. They invested in something and now they have to believe in it and then repeat it to everybody else. But in truth, when you break down them walls and you ask them truthfully when they're at their most vulnerable, did that really make a difference? They turn around and say it actually made things worse. So from my heart to yours, guys, don't buy into it. Buy into yourself. Honor yourself. Honor your body. Honor who you allow to touch you. It must be the most beautiful person in your life who you allow into your life. Don't just have anybody touch you, okay? Don't believe it. Don't believe the hype. It's just another form of selling, another form of spirituality hijacked by a word, and sex is used for it. Isn't that clever when you think about it? It's the biggest manipulation. And in my humble opinion, all I've ever seen when I see it around and in these amazing, stupendous retreats, no, you can cover it up as much as you want, sugarcoat it, make it look glossy as much as you want, but the bottom line is it's an abuse. And that's my take. Have a great day, guys, from my heart to yours. Thank you for going to markbajerski.com and choosing your negative energy cleansing sticks, which will certainly help you with that stuff. See you later. Bye.